In today's world, we are faced with a lot of opportunities to succeed, but majority of us do not succeed. Why is that? Statistics say that about 100 men from the age of 25, when they were asked if they are going to succeed in life, all all of them said that they are going to succeed. They had this erectness and courage to life that they will not fail at any cost. But at the age of 64, when the analysis was taken, only one out of 100 was rich. About 5 were financially independent and 5 were working. 50 plus of them were broke or depressed. Now think about it, guys. This is so shocking. As you can imagine, out of 100, at least 5% of them attained the mark. Yes, they had their dreams in place, they had their hopes in place, they had faith, they believed they're going to succeed. They also had the energy to propel them to succeed. But what made this big and huge difference? That they failed at the end. Today's video is quite esoteric, only to those who are willing to improve their lives. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in again. My name is Janet and I am the founder of Hope Searchlight, which is a platform that I've created to equip, empower and encourage all generations globally with words of hope, faith and love. So if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, and if you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it among your friends and colleagues. So let's just dive right into it. Tip number 1. You have a goal. There's no way you're going to improve yourself if you don't have a goal. So what is a goal? A goal is specific, measurable and time-bound objective that you want to obtain. The question here is not if you have a goal. The question really is, do you have the right goal? So what is that goal that you have? You might have goals. Maybe you wondered why every time you set goals, you find it difficult to attain and you go back to square one. This is because you don't have the right goal. So some of the characteristics of a right goal is that your goal should be specific, not in itself. The goal should be specific to you. Majority of us live definitely by goals, but ensure that your goal you set is specific to yourself. Another feature of a goal is that your goal should be measurable. This means that you're able to track your progress. You know where you're heading, you know where you're at right now, and you know how you're going to achieve it. So you should be able to track your goal. Another feature of your goal, the right goal, is that your goal should be time-bound. Time-bound in the sense that your goal should have deadlines. If you don't have a deadline in your goal, trust you me guys, that is not a goal that is workable. If you want to improve yourself, ensure that your goal has got these 3 things. It should be specific to you, it should be measurable where you can track it, and it should be time-bound where you're working with deadlines. Most of us are very flippant when it comes to our goals. Don't be among the most, guys. Tip number 2. You have a plan. Well, we've all had plans also in the future. Once you have a goal, definitely you cannot attain your goal unless you know the roadmap on how you're going to reach to that goal. So this roadmap is what we call plan. And what is plan? Planning is the process of thinking and evaluating how you're going to reach to your goal or what you're going to achieve. So when you're planning, what do you need to put into consideration, guys? Planning can be rather exasperating sometimes, but it's needful for us to have this. You can never move forward in life or you can never attain anything unless you plan. Be intentional about it. Make sure that you write your plan down. Strategize how you're going to accomplish your goal. This means that your plan should be logical. Divide your plan into small chunks that you can handle. Planning should be there to ease the way or the journey where you're attaining the goal. If your planning is quite difficult, there is a problem. Your plan should be easy to track. Your plan should be easy to follow through, something that you're not going to strain or be lost along the way. Planning is more than just writing down. I suggest to you the reason why you have been planning in the past and you don't follow through is because you haven't been strategic about your plan. Be intentional. Analyze when you're planning, for example, for 1 hour to do something. Analyze, is it really doable? Is it really convenient for you to do? Don't plan something that is not doable and you try to fix yourself in that plan. Tip number 3, embrace your strengths. Most of us, and the way we are taught and by the society, is that we need to improve on our negatives and our weaknesses. Yes, we do need to improve, but then again, we have to also concentrate and focus on our strength. Strength is that unique personal skill or trait or abilities that you have. Usually they come so naturally to you. Your strength could be, for example, something like communication, whereby communication can come easily to you. Other people, communication is actually their weakness because it does not come easy and natural to them. So identify the areas that you are strong in. Are you improving and trying to perfect it, or you've shunned away from that area and you only focus on the negatives? By the way, when you improve your strength, you're definitely going to improve also your self-confidence, because you know for sure this is something that comes naturally to you. It might be easy, attainable, or easy for you to acquire than the other aspects. Identifying and leveraging on your strength is very important and in turn improves who you are. You need to capitalize on your strength. Do not be oblivious of your strengths. Write them down, see how you're going to improve on them and sharpen them in the long run. Tip number 4, you are learning. I am not talking about just being confined in the four walls of a classroom. There are many areas where you can learn and improve your lives, guys. You can learn through your experiences. You can learn through other people's mistakes. You can learn through practical ways. You can learn by reading a book. You can learn by watching a TV channel. So here is it, guys. Whatever comes your way, make sure that you are learning from that experience. Make sure that you're learning from that book. People who come your way, learn from them. What are they good at? This is how you need to improve and sharpen yourself. Don't shun away from learning. When you fail to learn, either by experience or mistakes or in school or in any other way, guys, you stop growing. There is no way you're going to improve yourself. There is no way you're going to attain this 5% mark of those people who will be successful if you are not learning. There's no end to this. Every time you wake up, make sure that you have learned a thing or two that day. Don't go to bed without learning something, guys. This is important. Remember, we are in a race. At the end of the race, we want to make sure that we are emerging better. And every time we wake up, the next day we want it to be better than the previous day. The only way to do this is by learning. You want to be a better you than yesterday? Learn. Point number 5. You're acting or actioning your plan. A plan or an idea will only be a plan and idea unless it's actioned, guys. Following through with your plan and with your ideas and what you have learned is what really changes. You can have all these things in place. You have your goal, you have your plan. Yes, you have learned, but if you're not confident enough to action, trust you me, you're not going anywhere. Action is what will separate you from the rest. The reason why most of us are not actioning is because we have this fear of failure. You're afraid of starting something or continuing something because maybe you failed when you started and you're afraid to continue, or you're afraid how people will perceive you when you do it, or maybe and we feel like we are not perfect enough in that subject for us to start handling it. Listen to me, guys. Perfectionism is a disease. cut it out from your life. What is that thing that you want to do and you're afraid, or you feel like you are not perfect in that area? As you continue on, that's when you will improve. So don't just sit down on the skills that you have learned. Don't just sit down on your strengths because you're afraid or because you have this perfection it's within you. No one is perfect, and when you begin something, definitely it's not going to be to the best of it all. But as you continue along the way, you're going to improve. And actually, that's the way to go. You want to improve your life, start actioning on the things that you have planned. Point number 6, your environment. We don't get to choose where we are born or the circumstances that we are born under, but I tell you what we can choose. We can choose how the environment affects us in return. So I ask you, what is the environment that you're surrounding yourself in? Are you surrounding yourself with negative people and you wonder why you're always and constantly negative? It's true for sure. When you work with 2 millionaires, you're definitely going to be the third millionaire. This is because of the environment. Guys, change your environment, improve your environment, see where you're heading. Surround yourself with people who are already there or who are going your direction. If you surround yourself with people who are mediocre and you want to succeed, it's going to be difficult. Why? This is because the environment around us affects us even more than we affect the environment. So allow the environment around you to affect you by you putting yourself in that environment that you want. You want an environment of success, surround yourself with successful people. You want an environment that is positive, surround yourself with people who are positive. This is the way to go. There's no shortcut about it. Tip number 7, it's how does your failure affect you? Are there moments where you feel like you failed in certain things and you cannot just continue on? Success is not final and failure is not fatal. What really matters is the courage you have to continue. Have the courage to continue even if you fail, guys. Yes, you might have fallen many times, but you will not consider the failure if you move on. Move on and learn from that failure, guys. Let these failures that come your way be your strengths. We all fail in life, this is for sure. But if you want to improve yourself, never give up. Embrace failure. Don't be afraid to fail. The reason why you're stagnant, the reason why most of us even are giving up on our dreams, majority of us are not successful, we don't embrace failure. We are so much afraid of failing. Don't be among them. You want to be among the 5% who will attain the grade, guys. Consider and implement these 7 tips in your life today. Just to do a recap, know that you have a goal. Once you have a goal, what about your plans? Once you have your plans, don't shun away from your strengths. And when you get your strengths in place, learn. Learning is important. After learning, after all these things, you need to action. Action is what will separate you from the mediocre people for sure. And after actioning, are you cautious about your environment? Because definitely you might be actioning, but if your environment is not right, you're going to fall back into your old habits. So you need to change your environment to suit your new you. After environment, guys, and all these things are in place, remember that sometimes we'll fail, but don't be afraid of failing. Continue on even if you fail. You wipe yourself and continue with the journey. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.